Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horse Business Podcast. Today, I am so honored to have Thomas Baur as our guest. Thomas is the director of sports at the Adequan Global Dressage Festival. He is one of the world's top dressage organizers who runs shows in Europe and in the United States. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Doris.
Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
No problem. It's a beautiful day today, for sure.
Finally.
So we just want to learn a little bit more about you and about the organization. And so can you share a little bit more about your background in the equestrian world and how do you got involved into organizing horse shows and particularly in dressage?
Yeah, I started working for an event management company many years ago, and they did mainly sport events. So one of these events were a horse show, the Stuttgart German Masters, and that's how I came into the horse show business. And I was very lucky because early on I met someone, and we are still friends till today, Isabel Wert, and she particularly brought me into the dressage world. So, but I've also done jumping and driving and eventing, and but in these days it's more or less only dressage.
Nice, that's great. So can you tell us about the unique aspects and challenges of organizing the Adequan Global Dressage Festival?
Yeah, I think it is a very unique thing in the world, having all these CDI and CPEDIs in one place over 3 months. That doesn't exist anywhere else. We are doing one CDI 5-star, one CDIO, 2 CDI 4-stars, and 3 CDIWs, World Cup qualifiers, together with 2 CPEDIs, 3-star. That's these are the para shows. One we have this week and one in week 9. The challenges of this is that we are preparing shows while we are doing shows. That is something very unique, and in Europe you have one show a week, and then you move on to the next one, but it's in different places, in different countries, and here it happens all in one place and in one time frame. So the challenge is really dealing with all the numbers here on the national side and the CDI side, while we are already preparing the next week.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's really a short period of time where everything happened.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really leave much room.
Yeah, and I was coming here 10 years ago from Europe, and that was really something I needed to learn, because in Europe I was used to do a couple of shows a year, and you preparing these shows for a long time, but here it's completely different.
Yeah, I bet. So yeah, talking about that, I mean, you direct and organize shows not only in the US but also in Europe. So how does your approach changes, or how to organize the events? How does it differs in between the regions, and what unique elements?
I mean, the biggest difference between the shows in North America, and especially in the United States and in Europe, is here it is really an industry thing. Big show organizers running for a longer time period, and in Europe it's really individual organizers who are doing one shows a year, and I come in and help them organizing the shows on the sports side. So it's a completely different approach.
Yeah, that is a different type of organizations. So can you share with us how long have you been involved with AGDF, and how do you see it evolve through the year?
I came here first in 2014. The venue was built 2011, 2012, and they had a kind of a season in 2012. I think it was 3 or 4 CDIs, and then they acquired some licenses, some more licenses. And in 2013, it was kind of a first full season. And then they were looking for someone who could help them running it. So I came here in 2014, and it's my 10th year now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Funny.
Kind of.
Nice. Nice.
And over the years, especially in the beginning, I saw a significant growth from year to year, and especially the years when there are Pan American Games or Olympic Games, then it's really big. I've seen a lot of improvements. I also have seen significantly growth in numbers. The past couple of years, we are kind of a plateau, but on a very high level. Approximately 700 international entries, and way over 2,000 on the national side in these 3 months.
Wow.
10 shows in total. As I said, 7 CDIs, 2 CPEDIs. We always try to make things better every year. It's really something here.
So what changes and trends do you anticipate in the future of equestrian events?
We have to focus now more and more. We also did in the past, but now it's even more crucial is the welfare of the horse. There are many studies in many different aspects of our sport where the scientific people telling us where the improvement needs to go. And I think we need to focus on that, and every party involved in dressage needs to look in their area where they can improve the welfare aspect. We have come a long way already. If I look back 30 or more years, it was completely different. But still, we are under scrutiny, and we need to do the right thing.
Right.
And everybody involved needs to do the right thing.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, that's very important, the welfare of the horses, for sure. So through your career of, you said 30 years, what are some of the most memorable moments or events that stand out for you, and why?
Well, there are 3, and all related to big championships. In 1906 at the Olympics in Atlanta, when Isabel won double gold with Gigolo. That was, very, very memorable.
Right.
And then in 2009 in Windsor at the European Championships, when we first saw Totilas at a big championship, that was also a moment of
memorable.
great memory, and it was just nothing what we have seen before. So I think that changed also a lot in the dressage world. And then I was personally involved the comeback of Belarus in 2018, and the 2 world championships Isabel won in Tryon. These are the 3 most memorable moments for me.
Nice, yes, are very important. So technology has become increasingly integrated in equestrian events. We see the equestrian hub, we see the judges, the public judges. So how has impacted the organization and experience of the show, of the side shows all over the world?
I always say that we have arrived in the 21st century, and I was heavily involved in creating the e-dressage system, the paperless judging system. The first idea was created here in Wellington in 2018, and then we had some test events in Europe, and the first real implementation of it was here in 2019. That was the first season, was completely run paperless and with e-dressage. And then we also have created now an entry system called Equestrian Hub to have everything in one place for the athletes. They have their score sheets, they have their statistics, they have can do their entries through that system. So that has been used last year for the first time here in Wellington, but we still are working on a lot of improvements. But this is something which really has impacted in the way you run shows. And not only big CDIs, but also we use it now on the national side. All is done through the iPads, and it also reduces our number of staff, which is saves us some money there.
Yeah.
But overall, I think that's the way which is where it's going, and also the live stream. I mean, more or less every single show is live streamed now, and that's most of the time a good thing, but sometimes it's not such a good thing. But that's how it is.
I mean, it is open to the public either way, so anybody can be here. But yes, that's good that it brings it. That it brings more awareness of the sport and more openness. So collaboration between organizers and riders is really important. So how do you ensure that open communication and collaboration between or the organizing team, yourself, and the riders?
So I'm always present during show days for sure, but also when we have schooling days here, and I'm always there for the riders because these are our customers, and if the sport is hard enough, so a lot of riders have issues with logistics or entering, and I'll be always approached and asked what I think what they should do. And the recent example is we are adding now another CDI here in the US in May in Terra Nova for the Olympic qualification. So the riders came up to me beginning of the season and said, look, we're running a bit out of time, and can we do something before our closing date for the long list going to Europe? And that is the kind of communication I'm having constantly
with the riders.
That's
great. Yeah, that's great. Were you a rider yourself?
I'm married to one, if that counts.
Sure, that counts. That's good. So, do you have any advice for those aspiring to become successful equestrian events organizers? I mean, those are starting or maybe thinking about it.
Well, the first thing is you have to be passionate about horses, passionate about dressage, and if you have organizing skills and you are ready to do the customer service, then you should look into it. And I think we are lucky at the moment. We have a lot of new show managers in the US coming up, so there is also some progress, and I can tell everyone, if you love to do this, and if you have the skills, come join us.
Passionate and commitment for sure.
Yeah.
We have a passion for environmental sustainability, and do you have some ideas or suggestions on how equestrians and horse shows can embrace this environmental sustainability? Are there any specific initiatives that you have seen that are important in this, ensuring these events are conducted in more environmental sustainability manner?
That's not really my area of expertise, but I know that we have to do our part in being environmentally sustainable, and we have already some role models of shows in Europe. Helsinki, for example, comes to mind. The indoor show, they are heavily already doing things and also Aachen is on the way. And Wellington International has partnered now with Carbon Hoofprints, and we're looking into the things which can be done to do our part.
Yeah, I know. Like on week 6, they're having some type of event. And, they have some solar, and some water refill stations.
And I think, especially in this part of the world, there is a lot of things that can be done.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think in Europe we are a little further ahead on that.
Yeah. I think that's because they see the consequences right there. And want to do something about it for sure. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Back to the show and, it's been very fun to learn more about you and learn more about the organization.
Thank you so much.
All right.